Erin Olash here with the Geek Speak Show, and I am here with...
My name is Sarit Klein.
My name is Stephanie Maslansky.
All right, so tell us a little bit about what you guys do.
Well, I've been the makeup designer for Daredevil Season 1, Jessica Jones Season 1 and 2, Luke Cage Season 1, Iron Fist Season 1, and Defenders.
Ditto, except I did not do Jessica Jones Season 2. I did do Luke Cage Season 2, and I'm currently working on Iron Fist Season 2.
Lots of stuff going on. So had you all always known that you wanted to do this type of design? Movies and sets and stuff like that?
I sort of had an epiphany after I graduated from college. When I was rather young, I remember suddenly realizing that I wanted to be a costume designer. I had always been interested in clothing and history. I have a degree in history for whatever that was worth in college. But I was fascinated by the notion of sewing machines, and I got my first sewing machine when I was 12 and just proceeded to make clothing for everybody in my family, boyfriends, dogs, costumes, you name it, and I really enjoyed it a lot. I don't do much of that at all anymore, but it gave me a background and a knowledge on how clothing, garments are put together, which was important, and ultimately helped to inform this decision that I made to get into costume design. It just made a lot of sense. I knew I didn't want to do fashion for a living, but I loved history and I loved costumes, and it just was really a eureka moment for me. And once I made my mind up, I happened to be back in my hometown, Minneapolis, and the first thing I did is go over to the Guthrie Theater and get myself an internship for the season. And things went on from there.
Awesome.
My path was very non-traditional. My background's actually business. But I did grow up loving makeup, playing around with makeup, putting makeup on friends, on myself, on my mom, and actually painting. I took a makeup class just for fun. It was a 6-month workshop, but it was very elaborate. And then I got a business degree. Then I worked as an assistant vice president. I had 3 careers or 4 careers before, but I helped develop and build a TV station back in Israel. That's when I saw the dynamic of set, and I saw the makeup artists, the hairstylists, and I said, that's what I want to do. Wow. So I left Israel when I was 28 to start makeup.
A little bit of a long road to your passion, but you made it.
But I made it.
I think the really cool thing about what you all do is the character design kind of, I guess it gives an audience the first impression about how they want to feel about a character. Is that ever hard for you all to pin how you want to make a character look?
Well, speaking of the Marvel Netflix shows, those are the only superhero shows I was involved with. Mm-hmm. And it was important for me that the way I portray the character that already exists in the comics, to portray him very accurately. Now, there's a lot of meetings. It starts with a concept meeting, and these specific shows that I designed, they're very grounded, and they're based in New York. So from the beginning, Marvel was very determined not to have them all, fantasy world. We're dealing with real people that are vulnerable, have flaws. One is blind. Maybe he doesn't exactly shave his beard right. One's an alcoholic. She doesn't care what she looks like. She doesn't look in the mirror. She leaves her house, grabs her leather jacket, and goes. So makeup, to me, enhances the story, enhances the character. And it could tell a story, but it won't be the story. So that's the design process in my head when I first start a character.
It's a similar situation for me. These characters have to be identifiable and relatable by the audience. I think that's one of the parts of these stories being grounded and authentic. Not only does the audience need to see the progression from the illustrated page to a live character on TV, but I want to have a sense of them being identifiable. They've all suffered tragedies. They're all flawed. They're real live people, and unlike some of the characters in the Marvel universe in the movies, these are characters that don't always necessarily. In fact, only one of them has put on a superhero costume. The other ones, they get their strength emotionally and sometimes from the clothes that they wear. Jessica Jones definitely feels a sense of psychological protection with that leather jacket she wears. Luke Cage's Carhartt hoodie, same thing. Iron Fist, during season 1, he wore suits in a very specific way. I wanted to develop a certain look that was comfortable for a guy that had not worn shoes for 15 years. And so all that stuff is important, and I wanted that to be a part of the audience being drawn into the story.
That's awesome. There is certainly a ton that needs to be recognized with the multifaceted way that you guys create this universe that you do. One last thing, tell us where we can find you, social medias, websites, anything like that.
You can find me on Instagram at SARKL Makeup, Sarkle Makeup, and Twitter as well.
Likewise, I'm at Stephanie Meslansky, both Twitter and Instagram. I don't do too much on Facebook, but occasionally I do. But that's where you can find me.
All right. Thank you, guys. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.